Dragon's Dogma is an incredible game with some of the best combat you will ever find. But what does an AI think about it? I asked ChatGPT a variety of questions in order to get a sort of review of the game. Here is how it went. Describe Dragon's Dogma in one word. Epic. Pretty good start, I'm not gonna lie. What is Dragon's Dogma? Dragon's Dogma is an action role-playing game developed and published by Capcom. It was initially released in 2012 and has since gained a significant following. The game is set in a vast open world and features a unique combat system where players take on the role of the Arisen, a chosen one on a quest to defeat a dragon and uncover the truth behind their existence. Players can customize their character and choose from various classes, recruit AI-controlled pawns as companions, engage in challenging battles with various mythical creatures, and explore a rich and immersive fantasy world. The game is known for its deep gameplay mechanics, dynamic combat encounters, and the intricate interconnectedness of the world and story. What kind of monsters do you fight? In Dragon's Dogma, players encounter a wide variety of monsters and creatures throughout their adventures. Here are some examples of the types of monsters you can expect to fight. Dragons. As the central theme of the game, dragons play a significant role. These powerful and majestic creatures pose formidable challenges and require careful strategy to defeat. Griffins. These mythical creatures possess the body of a lion and the wings of an eagle. Griffins are known for their aerial attacks and can be encountered in various regions of the game. Cyclopses. These hulking, one-eyed giants are known for their immense strength and can use large clubs or boulders as weapons. They can be found in dungeons and certain outdoor areas. Chimeras. Chimeras are hybrid creatures combining features of different animals. They typically have the heads of a lion, goat-like bodies, and serpent tails. Each head possesses unique abilities, making them challenging opponents. Goblins. These small, mischievous creatures are often encountered in groups. While individually weak, their sheer numbers and ability to overwhelm can pose a threat, especially early on in the game. Undead. Various types of undead creatures, including skeletons and zombies, populate dungeons and other dark areas. They possess resistance to certain types of damage and can be challenging to defeat. Saurians. These lizard-like creatures come in different sizes and forms, from small agile saurians to larger, more dangerous versions. They are typically found in forests and swamps. Harpies. Winged creatures resembling half-human, half-bird hybrids. Harpies are known for their swift aerial attacks and can be encountered in mountainous or cliff areas. These are just a few examples, as Dragon's Dogma features a diverse range of monsters and enemies, each with its own unique abilities and weaknesses. What is the best class? The choice of the best class in Dragon's Dogma is subjective and largely depends on personal playstyle and preferences. Each class offers a unique set of skills and playstyle, allowing players to tailor their experience to their liking. Here are a few popular classes in Dragon's Dogma. Strider. The Strider class specializes in agility, ranged combat with bows, and close quarters combat with daggers. They are nimble and excel at climbing large enemies and exploiting weak points. Magic Archer. This hybrid class combines ranged combat with magical abilities. Magic archers can use enchanted arrows and spells to deal both physical and elemental damage. They are versatile and can adapt to various combat situations. Mystic Knight. Mystic Knights are warriors skilled in both swordplay and magic. They can enchant their weapons with elemental attributes and perform powerful magical attacks, making them effective at both close quarters and ranged combat. Sorcerer. Sorcerers are masters of destructive magic. They have access to powerful spells that can unleash devastating elemental attacks. While their casting times can be lengthy, their magic has incredible damage potential. Warrior. The Warrior class focuses on sheer strength and heavy-hitting melee attacks. They can wield massive weapons and deliver devastating blows, making them ideal for taking down large enemies and bosses. It's worth noting that Dragon's Dogma also allows players to switch classes and customize their character's abilities as they progress. This flexibility enables experimentation and the ability to mix and match skills from different classes, tailoring your character to your preferred playstyle. Is there a story in this game? Yes, Dragon's Dogma does have a story that unfolds as you progress through the game. The main storyline follows the Arisen, the player character, who is chosen by a dragon and embarks on a quest to seek revenge and uncover the truth behind their existence. Without giving away too many spoilers, the story involves a mythical creature known as the Dragon, who attacks the protagonist's village and tears out their heart. However, instead of dying, the Arisen is resurrected as a pawn and sets out on a journey to track down the dragon and reclaim their heart. Throughout the game, the Arisen encounters various factions, allies, and enemies, uncovering secrets about their destiny and the world they inhabit. The story of Dragon's Dogma is enriched by its immersive and interconnected world, filled with unique characters, rich lore, and a sense of mystery. Players will encounter different quests, engage in epic battles, and make choices that can influence the outcome of the narrative. The game's story unfolds gradually as you progress, revealing deeper layers of the game's mythology and the motivations of the characters you encounter. Is Dragon's Dogma hard? Dragon's Dogma can be challenging, especially during certain encounters and battles. The difficulty of the game can vary depending on factors such as the player's level, equipment, chosen class, and strategies employed. Here are a few aspects that contribute to the game's challenge. Combat. Dragon's Dogma features real-time combat with a focus on action and tactics. Players need to learn enemy patterns, exploit weaknesses, and utilize their class abilities effectively to succeed in battles. Some enemies can be quite formidable and require careful planning and execution to defeat. Exploration. The game's open world is vast and filled with dangerous creatures and challenging environments. Venturing into uncharted territories or tackling difficult quests may test your skills and resourcefulness. Party management. As an Arisen, you have the ability to recruit AI-controlled companions called pawns. Managing your party composition, coordinating attacks, and leveraging their unique abilities can significantly impact your success in battle. However, the AI of pawns can sometimes be a little unpredictable, adding an additional layer of challenge. Difficulty modes. Dragon's Dogma offers different difficulty modes including normal, hard, and speedrun. Choosing a higher difficulty level can increase the challenge, making enemies more resilient and aggressive. How does the pawn system work? The pawn system in Dragon's Dogma is a unique feature that allows players to recruit AI-controlled companions called pawns to accompany them on their journey. Here is how the pawn system works. Creating your main pawn. At the beginning of the game, you create and customize your main pawn. This pawn serves as your primary companion throughout the game and can be customized in terms of appearance, class, abilities, and equipment. Hiring other players' pawns. In addition to your main pawn, you can also hire up to 2 additional pawns created by other players online. These pawns can be found at rift stones, which are scattered throughout the game world, and act as portals to the pawn nexus. The rift stones allow you to access a database of pawns created by other players and hire them to join your party. Customizing and utilizing pawns. When hiring other players' pawns, you can preview their stats, abilities, and equipment to choose ones that complement your playstyle and fill any gaps in your party composition. Pawns have various classes such as a fighter, mage, ranger, and more, each with unique skills and abilities. Utilizing pawn knowledge. One of the unique aspects of pawns is their ability to gain knowledge about enemies, quests, and the game world as they accompany you. They can learn about enemy weaknesses, tactics, and provide useful advice during gameplay. This knowledge is shared with other players, enhancing the overall pawn experience. Training and upgrading pawns. Pawns gain experience and level up alongside the player. You can also equip them with better gear and upgrade their skills to enhance their effectiveness in combat. Additionally, by using Rift Crystals, the in-game currency, you can hire higher level pawns or enlist the help of higher level players' pawns. Sharing your pawn. Your main pawn can be shared with other players online, allowing them to hire and utilize your pawn in their own adventures. When your pawn returns from another player's game, they bring back knowledge and rewards, enhancing their capabilities and making them more useful to future players who hire them. What is the best class for your pawn? The choice of the best class for your pawn in Dragon's Dogma can depend on your playstyle and the role you want your pawn to fulfill in your party. However, there are a few classes that are generally considered effective for pawns. Supportive Mage. A pawn built as a mage can provide valuable support to your party by healing, buffing, and providing magical support. Mages have access to healing spells, defensive enchantments, and offensive spells to assist in combat. Balanced Fighter. A pawn built as a fighter can serve as a well-rounded tank and melee damage dealer. Fighters excel in close quarters combat, have high defense, and can draw enemy attention away from your main character. Range Strider/Ranger. A pawn built as a ranged class, such as a Strider or Ranger, can provide consistent range damage and assist in taking down enemies from a distance. They can target weak points and support your party by eliminating threats before they get too close. Hybrid Magic Archer. A pawn built as a magic archer combines ranged combat with magical abilities, allowing them to deal both physical and elemental damage. Magic archers are versatile and can adapt to various combat situations, making them valuable additions to your party. I do want to note here that I believe, if I remember correctly, this is completely wrong. Hybrid Magic Archer is a hybrid class, and the pawns do not get access to hybrid classes. But still, most of this information here was correct. What is the DLC like? Dragon's Dogma has several downloadable content DLC packs that provide additional content and expand the game. Here's an overview of the DLC. Dark Arisen is an expansion pack that introduces a new area called Bitter Black Isle, a massive underground labyrinth filled with powerful enemies, challenging dungeons, and valuable loot. The expansion also includes new quests, equipment, enemies, and a higher level cap. Dark Arisen adds substantial post-game content and offers additional challenges for experienced players. Tell me 2 negative aspects of Dragon's Dogma. While Dragon's Dogma has received praise from many players, there are a few aspects that some may consider as potential drawbacks. Lack of narrative depth. While Dragon's Dogma offers an intriguing world and storyline, some players have found the narrative to be somewhat lacking in depth and character development. The storytelling can feel fragmented, and the plot progression may not always provide the same level of engagement as other RPG titles. If you prioritize a strong narrative with complex character arcs, Dragon's Dogma might not meet your expectations in that regard. Pawns and AI limitations. While the pawn system is a unique and interesting feature of the game, the AI-controlled companions, including your own main pawn, may have some limitations. Pawn's behavior and decision-making can occasionally be repetitive or lacking in strategic thinking. They might not always adapt to specific situations optimally and make the most efficient use of their abilities. While this doesn't necessarily break the gameplay experience, it can detract from the immersion for some players who prefer highly intelligent and responsive AI companions. Choose the best starting class for a noob. For a beginner or someone new to Dragon's Dogma, the best starting class is often considered to be the fighter class. Here are a few reasons why. Durability and defense. Fighters have high defense and can withstand more damage compared to other starting classes. This provides a buffer for beginners who might not be as proficient at evading or blocking attacks. Versatility. Fighters have a good balance between offense and defense. They can wield swords and shields, allowing for a mix of close-quarter combat and defensive capabilities. The versatility provides flexibility in different combat situations. Blocking and countering. Fighters have access to powerful blocking and countering skills, which can be helpful for beginners who are still learning enemy attack patterns. This allows them to absorb incoming damage and retaliate effectively. Party support. As a fighter, you can draw enemy attention away from your allies, protecting them and allowing them to deal damage more safely. This can be beneficial when playing with AI-controlled pawns or even other players in multiplayer mode. Now, this of course is personal opinion, but I personally think the Strider class would be a little bit better for a starting character because you get more stamina, but fighter is not a bad choice either. How do I get better equipment? To obtain better equipment in Dragon's Dogma, you can follow these strategies: exploration and looting, quest rewards, shopping, crafting and enchanting, pawn trading and rental, and Bitter Black Isle. If you have the Dark Arisen expansion, venture into Bitter Black Isle, the new area introduced in the DLC. This challenging area contains powerful enemies and rare loot, including unique and powerful equipment. What is the most challenging enemy in the game? One of the most challenging enemies in Dragon's Dogma is the infamous creature known as the Ur-Dragon, or the UR Dragon. The Ur-Dragon is a massive dragon-like creature that resides in the Everfall, a central location in the game. Size and strength. The Ur-Dragon is an enormous and powerful creature, boasting immense physical strength and a wide array of devastating attacks. It has high health and defense, making it a formidable adversary to face. Healing and regeneration. The Ur-Dragon possesses the ability to heal and regenerate its health over time, adding a layer of challenge and persistence to the battle. It requires coordinated and sustained efforts to overcome its regenerative capabilities. Multiplayer Raid Boss. The UR Dragon is a unique boss encounter that is shared among players in an online asynchronous multiplayer format. It is a global boss, and each player's damage contributes to its overall health pool. As players engage with the UR Dragon over time, they aim to deal as much damage as possible before it eventually falls. Challenging the UR Dragon requires strategic planning, powerful equipment, well-coordinated party composition, and sometimes even coordination with other players online to maximize the damage dealt. Defeating the UR Dragon can yield valuable rewards and is considered a significant accomplishment in the game. How does character size affect the gameplay? In Dragon's Dogma, character size can have a subtle impact on gameplay, primarily in terms of combat mechanics and interactions. Here are a few ways in which character size can affect gameplay. Hitbox and reach. A larger character may have a slightly larger hitbox, meaning they may be easier to hit by enemy attacks. Conversely, a smaller character may have a smaller hitbox, potentially making it harder for enemies to land hits. Additionally, the size of your character's weapon can affect its reach, with larger characters potentially having a slightly longer reach with their weapons. Mobility and agility. Smaller characters may appear more nimble and agile, potentially allowing them to move and dodge more quickly. Larger characters, on the other hand, may have a slower movement speed due to their size and weight, which can impact their ability to dodge and maneuver in combat. Interaction with the environment. The size of your character can affect how you interact with the game world. For example, large characters may have a harder time navigating tight spaces or fitting through narrow passages. They may also have different interactions with environmental objects, such as being able to reach certain ledges or obstacles that small characters cannot. Would you recommend this game? As an AI language model, I don't have personal opinions or preferences. However, Dragon's Dogma has gained a dedicated fan base and received generally positive reviews from players and critics alike. It is known for its immersive open world, challenging combat, and unique pawn system. If you enjoy action RPGs with a focus on exploration, dynamic combat encounters, and a deep sense of adventure, Dragon's Dogma could be a game worth considering. It offers a rich and expansive world to explore, a variety of character classes to choose from, and the opportunity to customize your character and party. Keep in mind that personal preferences for gameplay mechanics and style can vary, so it may be helpful to watch gameplay videos or read more reviews to determine if Dragon's Dogma aligns with your gaming tastes. So that is what ChatGPT thinks of Dragon's Dogma. This was its sort of review that it gave based on the questions that I asked. I did probe the questions a little bit to give it certain results, like the character creation. When I asked it about character creation, it basically gave me nothing, so I had to probe it a little bit. But for the most part, this was a pretty good review. It was kind of fun. So let me know what you thought about this down in the comment section. I think overall, Dragon's Dogma is a fantastic game with amazing enemy variety and very, very fun skills. This review didn't really get into the skills too much, which is kind of sad because the skills are amazing. But overall, pretty great review. And should you play Dragon's Dogma in 2023, I would say definitely yes. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will catch you next time.